Hey Balaji.
Yeah. Hi, Vijetha.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you.
Yeah. So just check your volume, buddy, before we start. And while we're waiting for everyone else to come in, just do a sound check. Just speak a little bit louder.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's much better. Much better. Hmm?
Okay, great.
Great, great. So good, man. Nice to see you once again, Balaji. Always. We know each other for so many years, isn't it? We keep meeting at all the events. NayaGaadi. I love your branding.
Thank you.
So we just while we're waiting for Sunil to join us in. So I just say good evening to everyone. Hi, Chetak. Nice to see you here as well. So he's been a good friend. Let me get him on line to say hi to us. Chetak,
Balaji, how are you?
say hi, Balaji. You can see him, right?
Hi,
You can see
can you
him.
hear me? I was just thinking that you are talking to him. Yeah, hi,
Yeah.
Chetak. Good evening. Thank you.
Good to see you on this platform.
Yeah.
So so
So,
you know
yeah,
so
after a long time, Chetak.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those were the days. Now
Yes,
we have to say that it has to be, the meetings and all the time and other places. We have to say those were the days
those were the days, isn't
when
it?
we used to meet in person.
Correct. So, Balaji, this is of course a Startup Sunday, the informal boardroom where we talk to people about the challenges they're facing. But there's one more series that is happening called League of Extraordinary Startups, where we've done 28 episodes. And Chetak also has been part of all our activities. He always comes in and interacts with the founders, and he's been sharing about how cybersecurity has been growing, remote sales, and he's been giving some very beautiful insights, and he's also part of the founders forum as well, Balaji. So there's a lot of interesting things
Thank
going.
you. Thank you for having me speak on that particular day.
Oh, my pleasure, Chetak. My pleasure. Okay, so how are things, Chetak? How are things with you? How's business? How's everything?
It's not picking up. As I told you on the day that we are exploring a few other markets. So yes, it has gone to a different level now.
Okay,
So we are coming up with some more solutions as well.
fantastic.
I'm sorry to say I've had to cut down after half an hour.
Okay,
I have a call,
all right, no problem,
but
man.
then yeah, I can be for at least 30 minutes here.
Done. It'll be a pleasure. It'll be a delight.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And just any questions that you have for Balaji or any inputs that you have, Sunil is joining from JOOKEBOX.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
even
yeah. Let me say hi to him as well.
yes. Good,
Yes, we
good.
are all.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, thanks so much, Chetak, and take care, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, brother. Cheers. Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
So, Balaji, Jagat is on his way. He's just caught in rain, and Sunil also is joining in a minute. So,
Okay.
but we are here, so let's talk. So, I would love to you can tell about yourself to the audience, as in bullet points. And Sunil also say, Sunil, good evening.
Hey, how are you all
Very
doing?
good.
Yeah. All well, Sunil. Thank you for joining in. So, I thought we'll not take up more of anyone else's time because the audience has already joined in.
Mm-hmm.
Jagat's also coming in a little later. So,
Uh-huh.
Startup Sunday, the informal boardroom, episode 8,
Uh-huh.
kickstarting. And, Sunil and Balaji, if you can just share a very crisp introduction about yourself and your companies within a minute, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks, Vijetha. My name is Balaji, and I run a startup called NayaGaadi. NayaGaadi is a multi-brand. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. NayaGaadi is a multi-brand electric vehicle stores, mainly for small towns and villages for Indian markets. And we have been here for about a couple of years. We have 3 centers. One is in Nellore, Dharmavaram, and recently we opened a store in Davangere. We are looking to expand 100 plus centers in South India.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Balaji. That was a very crisp and neat introduction. Sunil, would you like to go next, please?
Hi guys. I run a company called JOOKEBOX. I'm the founder of the company. We specialize in music curation. I've been a music professional myself. we curate music, and using the technology what we have built, we monitor and manage music for our clients remotely. Currently working with various brands like the Amazon to the Leela Palace to Ritz Carlton to the Vivanta, and the clientele is growing organically, and as our product has been accepted very well in the hospitality industry. So we are in the B2B stage right now, but the vision is to become a stable, interactive music platform ever built.
Fantastic. Hey, thanks, Sunil, and thank you so much, Balaji. I mean, both of you I consider to be my friends as well. We have been meeting, interacting all these years in so many places and so many forums. So it's an honor, privilege for me to have both of you here with talking about the Startup Sunday, talking about the challenges. So let's get into the game. So this is very
Mhm.
simple, guys. Okay, Sunil, you have your challenges. Balaji, you have your challenges. Very crisply talk about it each of you. Number one. Number two, we try to see how we can help each other out. All right, we have the audience, you have each other, and whatever little bit that I can add to. So Balaji, would you like to go first?
Yeah. Okay. Just to give you kind of challenges that we are facing right now is we are focused on small towns which are like districts, taluk level, and we are trying to establish multi-brand NayaGaadi rural multi-brand electric vehicle experience stores, and this store will be run as a franchisee by the local unemployed youth to serve around 150 villages to 200 villages. So keeping the COVID situation, travel is limited, but of course the market is opening and travel is also possible in a limited way. Now, keeping this scenario, we want to expand the experience stores in Andhra,
Understood. So
Telangana,
Balaji,
Karnataka,
yeah,
and
yeah.
South
So
India.
Balaji, if I request you, do you have this in writing somewhere ready with you? You have it in, you got a slide or something?
Just give me a second. Let me share
Yeah,
a
yeah.
small slide that I've shared.
Yeah. Share that and then put it on the chat also so that the audience also can see it, and then we'll go to Sunil. After, please do that. Share, please share.
Let me put the screen share.
Yeah. Please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, we can see it, but it's not very clear, unfortunately, Balaji. It's coming garbled, right? I don't think we can see it. It's some problem with the
is it
script.
is it visible?
It's not visible, Balaji. Okay, so just do one thing, no? Just take this information, put it on the chat.
Maybe because of
That's
internet
fine.
problem.
Let's not.
Just give me a
No
second.
problem. Just
See if I can.
no, don't, Balaji. Just cut it and put it into the chat. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, and
that
Sunil,
sounds
would you
good.
like to? Yeah, no problem. And Sunil, would you like to talk about your couple of challenges, please?
Sure. As I discussed with you earlier, I'm going to talk about one specific challenge, that we had. So let me share the presentation in the meantime. So let us also give Balaji some time to,
Yeah.
get his thing in place.
Yeah. We'll come back to you, Balaji. I think.
Okay. So as I said, name of the company is
Yeah,
JOOKEBOX,
no problem.
and I did speak about all this. These are the kind of clients that we are currently working with, and see, this is the current team what we have, right? So this is the team, and the challenge what I'm going to talk about is the replacement I'm looking at to onboard a CTO, right? So currently, what has happened is our earlier co-founder has decided to move on due to his personal challenges. But having said that, he's still with us, consulting, making sure he's managing the team what we have in place, of the technology. But having said that, it's we want to have a full-time CTO co-founder on board. The hunt is on. We've been talking to various people. We've been talking to candidates on a regular basis. I've been spreading the word to people in my network about how to onboard or how to even find the candidate who understand the process of a startup and can be a part of our journey. And yeah, this is the challenge what we're having. See, what is happening is we find candidates, some are interested, some wants to be a part of us, but having said that, somewhere we are not finding someone who can give us the commitment to the company so that we can look at long-term collaboration. So this is what I want to put across to people, so that any suggestion, any advice on the same as to how we can go about it, I'm all yours.
All right. Thank you.
So I'm going to end it here.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you so much. Hi, Jagat. Good to see you here, my friend. Thank you.
Hi, Jagat.
Yeah, you're on mute. You're on mute, Jagat.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
I need a tutorial to learn my platform.
So welcome back. I think you got stuck in the crazy rains, isn't it? So welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So Jagat, yeah. So Balaji, you were about to share your screen. So then we'll get to Jagat. Jagat, we're just doing the problem, the challenges sharing. Yeah, Balaji, you can share your.
Vijetha, can you share?
Your screen.
We have some
we
problem.
can't see your screen yet. Okay, don't worry. Let's take the Balaji. Very simple. Put it on the chat. That's the best way to share this, because Sunil and Jagat need to know about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just cut copy paste.
While somehow finding it challenging.
No, don't worry. Okay, do we talk about it? Give it to me. I'll type it out right here. Can you tell me your first challenge?
Yeah, my first challenge is finding a co-founder as well. That's what I was trying to say.
That is.
Balaji, you happen to be in technology.
Okay. The second one. What's the second one?
So second one is what could be the better marketing strategy to reach out the rural franchisee owner.
Okay.
Right? So identify unemployed youth so that we can establish an experience center in small towns.
Okay. I got it. Rural areas, right? Okay, done. So these are the two challenges that I put out. And Jagat, would you like to go next, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jagat, your yeah.
Okay. So, I discussed mainly a couple of things. One is the main problem that we always look at, when we are building a company here, that we don't think there is competition here in India with what we do in conferencing at a large level, but it is about building a community, right? It's really about building an ecosystem. It's about building a high-value community of founders and startups. So we're able to co-create solutions. And the second is always about differentiation in terms of features, and how do we kind of ensure we have India-specific features and features that appeal to certain niche markets that we look at. These are always two main things: community and product differentiation. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So as the the format goes is that now we have got. I'll read out. Sunil, you're talking about again co-founder. Even Balaji is talking about a co-founder. Jagat's talking about the building the community, and of course the differentiation of his features, because he has got, obviously everyone has got competition, and India is a big market. The world is a big market, but how do you differentiate and make money? It's as simple as that. Okay. So who would like to kind of take a stab? Okay, the co-founder thing, I really don't know what we're going to talk about, but maybe if you guys have an idea, go for it. Right. But let's talk about this community part of it, because I think everyone needs this. Okay. Sunil, you also need it. There are hundreds and thousands of restaurants and pubs and resto bars, or whatever you call it, all over India. Let's talk about India now. They can all be potentially your customer. But then how do they know about you? Is one question.
So,
second question is, and Balaji, for you also, how do you do it, right? Because you are trying to tap the rural market. It is a very tough market. They say it's even tougher than the urban market. So keeping that in mind, who would like to go first? Who would like to kind of give some thoughts on these problems?
I can talk based on my own experience as far as establishing a network which which helps you to reach out to the potential clients, right? So as you're aware, Vijetha, we ourselves started a platform called Hotel GM's Guild of India, right? Where we brought in all the general managers into one platform across India, which obviously it was the dream of our mentor, Mr. C.K. Kumar, and we saw the potential, and we did all the work in terms of bringing the community together. Right? We have over 700 general managers on our platform today, from the Marriott's to Taj to Ritz Carlton. You name the brands, we have general managers of these hotels, right? So we also did some few very interesting activities for these general managers when this corona happened, right? Nobody knew how to deal with it. It was new for everybody. So what we did was we did organize about 10 webinars during the the pandemic times, where we invited the CEOs and the CFOs of all the big brands like ITC and Leela, so that they can talk to all the general managers and let them know as to how we can actually tackle with the problem. We had people from different segments like Johnson Dorsey, or we had the business head from MakeMyTrip.com as well, so that everybody can discuss on the platform to find a way as to how to go about dealing with the current pandemic. Right, that is one thing we did in order to make the most of the situation, and this also gave JOOKEBOX the platform to let people know that they exist, right? So it was all done on JOOKEBOX the platform, and as far as it's very important. See, it was easier for us because I come from the industry. I have the experience of over 13 years in the field that I'm in. I understand the real challenge. I understand where the the kind of platforms and the communities which are out there that I can reach out to. And if you look at our growth rate, every customer that we have onboarded, they all have happened through reference, right? So it also gave us an advantage because we built the product keeping the real challenge which the community was facing. So these are the things that we have done. As I said, it's a very important thing for us to keep in mind, to establish a network, using which you can reach out to people who wants to, give you business.
No, absolutely. Well said, Sunil. I think getting especially the general managers who would say like part of the decision making team, in each of the restaurants, each of the hotels. I think great to have them on a platform and give them this, branded place like hotels GM Guild, right? I think that's a great concept. And webinars, I think we also do webinars, and of course, we are very bullish on webinars, right? I think it's probably today the only real way of marketing. That's pretty much how it is. So great point. Thanks, Balaji. I think Vijay sir just dropped off for a second. Would love to hear your inputs, your views, Balaji, on
Yeah. So we find it very difficult due to COVID, because you need to. This is not a device or something that we can showcase and give the features. We need to establish a center. We need to organize moving vehicles to the center, arranging finance, insurance, documentation, and also providing a test drive to the customers at the doorstep, right? Quite challenging, and that is a need of our as well. So all these activities we have to do a lot more at a personal level, which identify the location and see if the location is good enough for branding, accessibility point of view, everything. So travel is a kind of a must, Jagat, I would say. But we have to use more of social media channels to spread a message about the opportunity to the rural folks. Now, each and every company is focusing on penetrating the rural markets, small towns, very aggressively than the urban, because most of the people who work in urban has moved back to the rural and small towns, and they would be while they would be working from home or hometown, they're going to see a lot more needs coming to them, which they expect to happen in or available in cities. Now, this is going to be a big opportunity, big shift, and people are going to buy scooters, bikes, a little bit about autos, cars, everything at the doorstep. In the whole experience, making a payment through online is just one part of the e-commerce transaction, but giving all seamless one-stop service uh, is going to emerge, and hence we see more and more opportunity coming. The biggest breakthrough is in the last 3 to 4 months, almost 7 to 8 car companies in India have come online and selling cars online. You can't believe it, and it won't happen if there's no COVID happens, right? So COVID is a kind of a breakthrough. That's a biggest positive for the automotive sector.
In the other episodes, Balaji, like you said, there are some other founders, and they use the word that COVID is our chief digital officer. If it wasn't for COVID, we would not do digital transformation.
Yeah, I would call it as a COVID is a Y2K problem for auto industry. You have no other choice. It's not innovation; it is a compulsion that you have to adapt.
So
That's
I think
true.
I think yours is a very valid point, because yours obviously is to do with physical cars, automobiles, and generally the method has been about going to the place, location, and then experiencing the experience center. But I'll just share with you, last year I did a POC with one of the largest car companies in the world, and this was before COVID, and this was to do with completely video selling. See, you have to test drive the car. There's no question about that. You have to experience that. But maybe on a purchase, you might have to do 7 or 8 visits to the showroom or the center. Now that can be reduced. Maybe we just have the test drive or 1 or 2 meetings that are compulsory. A lot of them actually happen remote. What they did was actually they put out a huge screen inside the showroom where there's the salesperson there, and people can basically call them on video from their website or from their online platforms. So you're starting a video call, the sales manager, sales executive, the rep, he's in the store, video, he's able to display, have a conversation. Cars are as much, I think, about the model as it is about the people also who are selling it to you. I think car sales and real estate sales, these are like hardcore sales, right? And the person who's selling it to you also is quite important. And that builds the trust and the rapport. And that's very important in the transaction. So that could be, I'm not saying that it's easy. I mean, I wouldn't say anybody has it easy today, including us, in video conferencing. It's not easy. But definitely this is the time to do new things. I think that's the message that overall, we have got. And, doing the same thing we did 6-8 months ago is a formula for failure. There's no question about that. So, but yeah, very interesting to see how actually things will move forward. Right. I think another thing you should look at, Balaji, I think, obviously we've met at quite a few events, and I know that, we've been really pursuing this passion for quite a while. I think this levels out the playing field for you compared to, the previous times when the larger players, maybe they had a bigger advantage because of their physical infrastructure. But today, all that is nullified. I think that's one of the great things that's happened. Let's see how best we can actually, have some positives going through.
See, what I just want to make one point here. If you look at any of the industry, if you look at any companies, not everyone accepts change the way they should, right? So now, just to give an example, based on what we just spoke about, booking vehicles online, Tesla as a company, right? They, even before COVID, had this practice of booking the cars online, right? So see, they did not suffer in any ways during COVID. Obviously, other than the the production part of it, but they had these infrastructure already in place because they didn't wait for Corona. This is what makes great companies, right? So I mean, I just want to make this one point, because another point what you made is earlier it was important. The sales was an important factor of any automobile, as because it's all about your salesman, right? people who are in the showroom who are trying to convince you to buy their cars versus any other competition. I don't think it is going to be the factor in the near future, right? So when you have a good product, right, which can sell by itself, so all these things can be removed eventually. This is what most of the startups needs to learn looking at a company like Tesla. When you know what product you're building, and when you understand the potential of your product, there is no need for you to go begging people to buy your product.
No, I think absolutely. In fact, I was discussing this afternoon. I was actually at my parents' house, and we had some family come over, and three of my uncles, all of them were in business, and we were discussing Tesla with them. Tesla 1 year back, less than 1 year back, was market cap $60 billion. Today they're $560 billion. Can you even imagine in 1 year you're going 11x in Corona? And you're a car company. You're facing the largest competition ever, GM, Ford, you name it, Volkswagen, and you build out this, which is way ahead of all the others. It's purely innovation, and I think that is the message for overall Corona, and that's what you said. Not everyone may be ready for that change. I think people who are resistive to the change, even now, it's going to be really difficult for them. Right? That's all they can say.
Yes.
I think one thing I'll take out, probably the co-founders. That's a very interesting one. I think both of you have that, and obviously for me, I have been one of the founders for quite a while, but I've had multiple CTOs and different people come and go. Right? This happens sometimes. It's a tough one. It's like finding love. Right? You can do what you can, I think, but end of the day, it's I think great. But one of the things I think
it's not love. It's marriage. You got to it's like a marriage which should last long for the for the company to benefit the association. So yeah,
there are two ways, right? One is that typically when you look at the way co-founders have kind of come up, look at any examples of, let's say, Flipkart or the guys we know, right? Or it could be Google or other places. These are typically their college circle, classmates, or it is where they're workmates. Typically, this is where the networks are made. Look at Udaan, look at a lot of the other places, right? There's this Flipkart mafia that come out, Facebook mafia. It's ex-colleagues. That is a big place because you've worked in a similar domain. You've probably spent a lot of time together. But what we have done, for example, now we have our CTO and also co-founder now is Akhil. Akhil is our fourth CTO over 10 years. And we have had different businesses, 4 businesses over 10 years. Today it's video. Akhil joined us as a regular employee. He did not join us as a co-founder. But over 3-4 years, today he is not only a co-founder, he is actually a director in the company. And he's also the CTO. And one of the things that we see is that many times when someone spends 4-5 years working with you, that's more than working together in a job. It's very different. And a lot of times you can look, there'll be people that you hire, and I think that's where founders need to pay it forward to the team and tell them, show them clearly, this is the growth. You're not here to be an employee, right? I don't believe in employees, first of all. I just don't believe in that culture of boss-employee. It doesn't work. And for 10, 15 years, I've had the same attitude, right? We try and empower them, do our best. But of course, it's the first among equals, I would say, in the beginning. When you are there in the company for 6 years and somebody joins you today, obviously, things are not equal on day one. But as you spend 2-3 years working together, your working relationship gets better. You see both of your ups and downs, and you figure it out. It's like a courtship. Right? Then I think it makes a lot of sense because they see the business, they see their future there, what they're doing. I think it works out very well. And co-founder is not actually a legal term in India. Let me tell you that very clearly. It means nothing. In corporate law, co-founder means nothing. There's only directors, there are shareholders. That's all in India. There's nothing called a co-founder. You can have 100 co-founders if you want. Nothing stops you. Legally, nothing stops you from doing that. But this could be something. One of your employees or people that you're working with, you have to take it to the next level with them because sometimes that's really good. Look inside there. Good work. Right? So I don't know. But it's tough. Right? And
I see an interesting comment by Chetak. He says it's easy to find easy finding love in marriage and finding a co-founder.
My wife, whatever I say will be wrong. So. But yeah, I think it is similar, right? It is similar.
See, one of the reasons why it also happens is because, it's not only about talking, right? We need people who will come and deliver, right?
Absolutely.
So, and it's also about for example, as a company, we are already bootstrap generating revenue, and we really have world-renowned clients already on board. If somebody do not see value in a product like this, then it becomes difficult for us to keep convincing them on a day-to-day basis, right? So it's important to have someone who can understand the vision, right? So understand the journey of a startup. If with the same corporate mindset, it is going to be a suicide for us to just entertaining anybody and everybody who wants to, come and be a part of us. So that's one of the reasons why we are very particular about establishing a clear communication, and also telling them, hey, you know what, there has to be some kind of commitment from the person, right? So they, yeah. So without the commitment, it's just fortunately, we have a team in place. My ex-co-founder is still, consulting with us. We have the support system already in place, even as we are growing right now. So we'll be okay. One of the reasons why I put across the point today is to let the word out. If anybody is really passionate about skill, can add value to our company, we're more than happy to consider and take the conversation forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. Balaji are always more silent, I think. Sunil and I, obviously, we talk a lot. And we enjoy it.
Well,
I think
we are not fully into technology to say Sunil, this is a great product, we are trying to change a sector that is very reluctant to digitalization. And even the co-founders should understand uh, how much value it is to transform a sector and be part of and leading it. While leading players like Flipkart, all they were not trying it, and we are trying it. It's a hell of a lot of pride to deliver something and deliver it. Yeah, and I think in the last 2 years, every co-founder they look at the fancy salaries, fancy packages, and they don't understand the vision of the stuff.
I want to make a point, because see, this I was just about to get to this. Right, there have been multiple people who have asked me, Jagat, would like to be involved in something really exciting, blah blah blah. Right, and when you've been 10 years and you speak to somebody, you kind of figure out what's happening, right? What they want. I think if anybody comes into your idea or into your business at that level as a co-founder, if they want to be full-time, take risk, that is maybe not always have a full-time salary, like we guys, sometimes we don't, things are tough, we don't take a salary. And I think if somebody is coming in and saying, hey, I want to be a co-founder, but I want this fancy package, and I want equity, and I want this, that, I think you must tell him that you need to figure out, right? Whether you want to be entrepreneurial, where you're going to take risk and high reward, or are you going to take a job? You cannot take the salary of a job and take the equity of a founder and then come into this company. It doesn't make any sense. So I think that's very important. And that signal, I figured that out very fast, right, Balaji? And I'm sure you have been speaking to a lot of co-founders. And one of the things I found is if people have that approach, they are not doing it probably to move your mission forward, right? They have something only about themselves there. That may not work, because in a marriage, again, like we take the example of marriage, if we are selfish in our marriage, it's not going to work. You have to always think of the other person. It becomes easier. So especially co-founder, right? If you're hiring an employee or even a VP of marketing sales, that's different. He can be completely, I want this package, I want this, that's fine. But if you're coming in as a co-founder, if you're founding this thing, I think you have to come in to only, it has to be from your side, that they have to, what can they bring to the table? And I think typically in negotiation, and this will also be a negotiation with co-founders, right? Sometimes, there will be about, I want this equity, I want this vesting, I want this salary. What's very important is I tell them, look, forget about what you're getting from this company. The point that you are building this company is so the company will take care of you for your life, right? So that's why we build companies, that you're going to get paid because of the company generating revenue. My question is, what are you going to give to this company?
So exactly, any kind of association, there will be discussions as to how the collaboration is going to happen. There will be negotiations. It's all justified when you're bringing the same kind of value to the company, right? If you want to negotiate, if you want to have your own expectations to be a part of a co-founder, bring in such kind of value. We're more than happy to honor, right? So see, it has to be a fair game for everybody, right? So if there is manipulation in the initial stage, then it will tend to crumble. So in my case, I will make certain points very clear in the initial stage. It is okay if it's failing in the initial stage, than letting it progress, and there is more dependency on them, and then it gets difficult for us to keep the ball rolling, right? It's better to make things clear upfront and respect their decision, and everyone end of the day know what they want for them, right? And we don't know the kind of battle they are fighting as well. But having said that, it also becomes very important for us to be upfront and making things clear and setting the right expectation about the association as well.
I mean, any tips, anything we can work out here? I mean, let's say that we want to get co-founders. One of the things we could do, I mean, probably, and I know that some other people also have this problem, especially single founders, always looking for people, but you shouldn't do it just for the heck of it. I think, especially a co-founder is something that's a very serious role. It's not even a VP of marketing or like a CTO or something. It's actually much more than that. So I think we should do something like a founder dating events.
I think we should.
It seems like Tinder, but you get something, right? I mean, it's not that like a long relationship or meeting them, but it could be a one-time thing, and then you can network with them again and have a couple of more video calls, etc. And then look at it. And another thing I feel is always have a vested kind of thing, right? For the equity also. People will come in and say co-founder 50-50 split, right? In the equity, 50-60, 60-40, right? Whatever it might be.
So cute.
I mean,
So
it may be sometimes right. I'll tell you, I had a guy from one of the top video conferencing companies, and he's looking for a new thing. And he reached out. We had a couple of good conversations, and he would bring in fairly good value, right? So people like that, sometimes it may make sense. But what you do there is you have to make it vest. It's not 50% today, right? You spend 4 years here, or you spend 5 years here, and it vests over time, right? And that's a very, very important way of putting it. It generally happens for ESOP, but I see no reason why it should not happen for co-founders who have joined you later. This is again specifically for people who come in later. Let's say you have founded it, gone forward. After some time, you feel, okay, I need more co-founders. Now, it's already found, right? It's already found, it's nothing to find. But then if you want to have them, it's better to have an equity kind of testing process, I feel, in terms of the structure.
I'm listening to all this. I'm listening. Continue the conversation, guys.
Very conveniently, I have become the host now. I tell people, let's get beers, but that we should not do. Anyway, but really interesting. I think let's couple of. I think Sunil, I just came a little bit late, and I think your points are not here.
Yeah.
One was co-founder, and what was
he only said he has one problem: co-founder. No marketing support, no sales support, no technology, nothing. But Balaji is talking about rural stuff. Talk about rural.
And I think rural, you're looking again, Balaji. I mean, let's ideate. Of course, I also can be on the dock. You can shoot me with my features and stuff. But that's the whole point of this, kind of conversation. I think what you're looking at is having, let's say, a kiosk or setups in rural areas. Balaji, is that how you're looking at it?
Yeah.
Direct sales to rural areas?
See, I just want to give a little bit of clarity. Today, anybody can build a digital e-commerce platform. The OEMs, it doesn't stop them to do it in any time. Even then, if you have a digital platform, you don't get a sales. In automobile, sales experience, the buying experience should be given at the doorstep or at his convenient time, whether it is morning or daytime or any time. And you need to have a variety of products at his disposal. So the current single brand model doesn't permit them. And at the same time, single brand e-commerce platform without any extra features, capabilities, or personalization doesn't help. Hence, You need a low-cost solution, a multi-brand solution, a store with service. So unless the customer sees, hey, when I buy a vehicle, I also get a service from him very reliably. That is why we are setting up a low-cost, multi-brand, a generic experience store where you can buy an auto or a scooter or a car, tractor, and you may be thinking, what is beyond? Today, automobile sector, the leading players doesn't provide price of the product transparently. I don't know whether you may be aware of it, whether it is Ashok Leyland or Tata's or call it as a TVS or a tractor companies, they don't share the price of the product, on-road price of the product conveniently. So we need to get that piece to them, to the customer also conveniently. It takes a lot of hard work to build a trust to the OEMs and dealers to get that, and we are trying to do that quickly, as much efficiently as well. Once these things in place, now paying it online or offline, literally paying is not a problem today. Through WhatsApp, you can pay. Through Google Pay, Amazon Pay, payment can be done. But is he giving a product at my price? Is he sharing the features, price, products, everything at my convenience is a matter. And NayaGaadi is trying to fill this. So in a way, you need to be very close to the customer. Expecting a customer to walk into your showroom of single brand, the days are over. And I
think
see that.
that too now with Corona, I think it's really tough. And looking at if things get worse, I think it will be really tough. So I think absolutely, that's a great point. Really, I think it's a tough business right now. I mean, there's no question about it. Selling cars, but I think, like you said, Tesla might be a good inspiration. Right? Something so radical. I mean, I just cannot. I was just telling Vijetha, I was just telling Balaji today in the afternoon. I had just had a get together with my family, my uncles, and a few of us, and we were just talking about Tesla. Last year it was $60 billion market cap. Today it is $560 billion market cap. It's like 10x in 1 year. And when every automobile down.
I know it is, and things can change everything in US in very, very exponential way. It won't happen that way in India.
No, but I think hats off.
No, actually, I don't completely agree with Balaji on that. I'm sorry to interrupt. See, I have a small suggestion here as well. I think you going rural right now is a brilliant move. And also in the meantime, if you look at the kind of innovation which are happening in the the farmers sector right now, there are a lot of electronic gadgets which are out there, and there's no particular platform where they can find all the innovative products which are available which are meant for people in the rural area, right? So if you probably can merge some these products which are Indian made as well, right? It might also give you kind of the identity. It also makes you, I mean, just suggestion. I know I could be wrong as well, and ignore if it doesn't make sense to you, right? Having an identity to any product will always help in attracting the right audience, right? So rural means you will have a lot of people from the villages visiting these small cities to buy whatever they want to buy. But I don't think there's a platform which are meant for products which belongs in the rural area as well.
Yeah, there is a scope for adding more value-add products in the rural. That gives traction.
There's another idea today I was discussing, Balaji, and again, this was to do with automobiles. In fact, my uncle comes from the manufacturing sector. They're more into the CNC machines, and one of the top guys in South India. We were talking about shared cars, not Uber and stuff. Shared, like you're renting out the car on a monthly basis. Today we are moving to a shared economy. People do not have that kind of upfront capital that they want to buy and kind of own the car. At the same time, they're not comfortable going in an Uber or an Ola. There could be a big opportunity where there is some, like maybe NayaGaadi or some property purchases a bunch of cars, or you work out a mechanism where you have the kind of ownership or something like that, and able to rent it out to people, on a monthly basis. That could be a kind of differentiator. I think it could probably work also. You never know.
the car market in rural is very small, but it can be applicable to two-wheelers and three-wheelers.
And also farmer-related vehicles, right? So, for example, if there are no platforms where farmers can, I know there are very less people actually technologically savvy as well. But if you can establish some kind of connect and market it well, people might want to come to your platform to look at buying tractors. Just giving you an example, right? So farmers use so many
Agriculture
machineries nowadays. Exactly,
mechanization
right?
products.
So yeah, and these are the guys who wants to save money. These are the guys who wants to save whatever pie that they can save as far as investing in anything. So just a suggestion. I hope it makes sense.
We looked at it. For example, our experience with that, right? One of the important category product in agriculture is harvesters. You don't even have showrooms for harvesters, and most of them are available on a rental and lease. And harvesters also very limited market. It's from Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Orissa, and then Bengal, wherever agriculture, paddy or wealth. So, and the crop season also starts in such a way that once you go ahead, once you start from Tamil Nadu, all the way you end up. These are all pretty expensive 30 lakhs, 25 lakhs product. People buy it and rent it whole time.
Yeah.
Right?
Subcontract kind of. Yeah.
The numbers are very small. And again, the problem is the OEMs or dealers are not willing to share even a price list. How do you buy it online? We're talking about 70 years of democracy. Those are all really big things. So the ease of doing a business in automobile is pretty low. And this is one of the reasons of low penetration.
I read an article today that somebody's got funded in the Indian ecosystem building flying taxis. Flying taxis. I saw the prototype about a year back in China. When I was researching, and they actually have taxis. And
Jagat, I know you don't have a local manufacturer manufacturing a two-seater aircraft. I've been talking to HAL and a couple of players, and off the code, we don't have enough technical capabilities to validate or certify the two-seater aircraft. And in NayaGaadi, when you see A to A, it is auto to aircraft. Absolutely. I'm ready to sell an aircraft in India if Vijetha is ready to buy. Who is the guy who is showing the price list of aircraft?
true.
Vijetha, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
I think
Oh,
he's
I
on.
think he's on call.
So founders, it's really challenging though. Balaji, I think yes, it is. One is to establish, the demographic in the rural area is to really identify. One is to say who is that exact customer that we're going after. Is he a farmer? Is he somebody who's not working in the farm? Is he doing some kind of in the town? Should we go straight to the village, or can you go to a town? Or should you start with a tier 2, tier 3 city instead of going to a village first? Because you don't want, obviously, cities are where the action is really happening.
Yeah.
I think, and there can be a bridge, right? I don't think you can directly jump into like a village, like I don't know, just in the middle of nowhere, right? It's tough.
Also, Jagat, I want to also make one point very clear here. Right? See, Balaji can't travel the way he travels right now.
Right.
Okay. Number one, it is not safe. Number two, the cost factor is massive. Number three is that, but if he doesn't do that and he doesn't get that, the trust factor built with all his customers and all that, how do you manage? So that's where this is where the challenge really comes, right? I didn't want to interfere too much today, but again, I want to just say this: how are you going to build trust? How are you going to do this frugally? But how are you going to do it genuinely, right? You want customers to be delighted and you want them to be advocates. So if Balaji has taken care of 10 customers, those 10 customers should refer another 10 customers. The same with Sunil. If he wants 100 restaurants in Bangalore to onboard, he wants 200 restaurants in the Bombay to onboard. That customer advocacy, how are you guys as founders going to solve that? I think if that doesn't get done, Jagat, for you need 10,000 customers, man. So, how do you do that? I don't have the answers. I'm just
10 lakhs above.
yeah, you need 1 million customers. Okay, so how are you going to do that?
I'd love Sunil or Balaji to go first, please. Yeah.
See, as far as we are concerned, uh, uh, we would have definitely, grown 4 or 5 times that we did last year. But we know what happened in between. We were the worst hit market as well, as we were heavily dependent on hospitality as well. But somewhere we realized, hey, you know what? There's no point in being too hard on ourselves. It is happening to everybody. We accepted the fact, and we concentrated on surviving than trying to, do too many things and get nowhere. And fortunately, it has paid off. Today, we are still standing tall. We're still strong, and we are onboarding really nice brands who are really happy working with us. And the bigger brands have renewed our services again and again over and over, which gives us more and more confidence that support what we're getting from them also means a lot, right? So it will take about another 3 to 6 months time for our industry to be back to its original position. Uh, Till then, we want to keep growing at a healthy rate, which will give us the advantage once we get back to normalcy.
Balaji, please, and trust and how do you build this brand, NayaGaadi, right? If I look at NayaGaadi, how do I trust it like that?
So, just to give you a little bit what we did in the last 8 months, we really pivoted to electric vehicles. And the need of our is not for Maruti to expand across India. The need of the hour is a small, medium, new electric company to set up a small supply chain or a distribution center and sell their first 10, 100 products. And we are helping them directly. In the last 8 months, we have signed at least 10 players, OEMs. It took more than 4 years, and OEMs are not even ready. Automobile OEMs are not even ready to come online, except the last 3 months and COVID. So we are moving ahead with the small, medium, new electric vehicle companies, introduce the brand, and we are establishing at a district level. From district to villages, it is anywhere between 20 to 30 kilometers, 15 kilometers. That's why we cover 100, 150 villages. So we are not really going and setting up in a hinterland where we struggle to find a customer. Not really. In every village today, you find 50 to 100 people having a bikes, scooters, 5 to 10 autos, tractors. So there is enough customer base is there. You don't need to worry. But do they get customer price, features, everything offers in time is not there. And that's where we need to build them. They may not be tech savvy as you are on me, but they are spending time on WhatsApp, YouTube's kind of. Uh, we cannot tell them that they have to use AI and ML platform to get to know a product. Not really. They don't even have the basic stuff, and we are trying to build and give that stuff very quickly and reliably, trustably, irrespective of a brand. So we give what they want rather than we push what we want to push them.
So Balaji,
And there is a myth that to drive an electric vehicle, you need a charging station.
So Balaji, how did you do it? Why did they trust you? Give us in 3 bullet points as to why they trusted you and no one else. 3 points, very quickly.
See, OEMs doesn't have a presence, and we have a presence. We have a multiple brands. As per his price, product, feature, need, he can select anything.
So agreed, Balaji.
And we are the one who provide financing support.
Okay. So OEM can do this in no time, right? Let's imagine 6 months from now, vaccine has come and they deploy 25 people into 25 districts of Karnataka. Then what happens?
So automobile sector, it takes 12 months to set up one single dealer. A two-wheeler showroom cost anywhere between 3 to 5 crores. A car showroom cost 25 crores. It is not easy, Vijetha. And that's why they took.
So Balaji, what if they copy you, right? They understand that your model is
cheaper. We can even copy Facebook. Can we run the Facebook every day? Not really. Why not? We can't copy Maruti. You need a DNA to sustain everything. So it is not a copy. It is how well you can be on the field, put resource, and deliver.
Okay. So anyway, that's
it is not possible.
So
if
what do
not,
you
why
see-
not American could have delivered automobiles?
Hmm.
They have done. They're the biggest company in the world. They should have done it. Nothing is impossible for them.
Yeah, so giving them ideas, huh? Balaji, be careful.
Not really. It is a big market. We have it today, like Jagat, everybody. There is so much space is there. Can you deliver on a day to day and passionately and see what next? We have not anticipated COVID, but NayaGaadi anticipated this 5 years ahead. The single brand physical showroom model is not a sustainable model, and that's why 7 lakh villages are left.
Yeah.
Somebody has to go and build a solution. This is
Understood.
not a
Balaji,
1 year COVID.
correct, correct. So we started with the co-founder, and then we started talking more about other things. So Chetak and Lagan, or anyone you guys want to come on this, just do the raise hand, and you can continue this conversation. All right. So guys, it is 7:26. All right, but it's a very in-depth, interesting conversation. So have you guys found any answers? If Sunil, if I ask you this question after this 45 minutes to 50 minutes discussion, is there any takeaways for you? 2 or 3 takeaways.
So the first takeaway is I'm not alone in this battle. Everybody's looking for a good co-founder. So, but yeah, it was definitely interesting, talking to like-minded people and hear their point of view and their struggles and how they're dealing with it. And I mean, Balaji is definitely a interesting move, getting into rural and as we discuss about mindset, right? The mindset change happened at the fastest pace after COVID, right?
Yeah.
As far as accepting the technology, it was the fastest after the COVID, right? When you look at this positive growth, right? There's only so much for technology startups to celebrate. There are more people who got their
Yeah.
got phones on their hands.
Correct.
Who, for example, my mom recently joined Facebook, right? So she is more savvy today than I am, right? So they're open for change. They have realized that it's important for them to embrace technology. There is no point in staying away from it, which means that our in the market and scope for more and more startups will only going to be bigger and better as the days go by.
Yeah.
Yes, we all have struggled.
Yeah.
We all have struggled, and it also realized how strong we are, right? It also realized where we or how we can make the most of the current situation, and we all find a way to survive. It's all everything comes down to survival,
Yeah.
and we all adapt. We'll all be in our own better self than we were
So
few
Sunil,
months ago.
remember what Jagat said. I just want to leave that on the table. It's not about the co-founder. You can have 20 co-founders. You can have employees who can be labeled as co-founder, but it's about the shareholder agreement. It's about equity that you give, and equally important, what are they going to bring onto the table? If they're not going to perform and have the same passion as you are only going to waste your
Then,
energy and you're going to be
yeah,
fighting with
yeah,
them. Just keep that in mind, okay? Balaji, what
yes.
have been your takeaways then?
I think this event is good. Good to hear different perspectives. Some of them are known perspectives, are known. In India, marriages or arranged marriages are easily done. Love marriages percentage is very less. So obviously, startup founders has to be at a disadvantage because the probability is very less. You have to keep trying. You have to keep trying to find a co-founder. Yeah, open to it. Yeah, you don't need to be a co-founder during the startup of a company, right? You can get a shareholder and say, "Hey, you are now a new co-founder. Get on,
No, it's
buddy."
happening. Those announcements are happening every
You
day,
look
man.
at Zomato,
Every day.
Zomato, after being a billion-dollar company and all, getting a
Exactly.
co-founder,
Exactly.
money. But that is how it is. Uh, the employee understands so well and he brings so much value. Let him be a co-founder. Why not? What's wrong with that? It's
That's the
about
best.
shareholder agreement.
Yeah. Yeah. So labels don't
The
matter. It's about
shareholder.
what you. Yeah, yeah. It's a shareholder agreement. It's about giving them, a lot of things to do and make it worth it for them. That's as simple as that. Jagat,
Absolutely.
some things that you have been talking about a product differentiation. How are you going to make Sunil and Balaji your customer? How are you going to get them to introduce another 1,000 people? How are you going to make them add another 10 co-founders into the founders feed? So 3 challenges.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
All
solve
to
it.
do, all to do with ecosystem. But I think Look, of course, Sunil has used our product. I think it was early on. Uh, as he said, many businesses are tough, like hotel business is tough. Let me tell you, video conferencing is tough. When we have trillion-dollar companies coming in overnight saying it's all free, what kind of business model do you run? So it is challenging. Look, I don't think video conferencing is the solution. I don't think it's giving the results people want. Video meetings and webinars is all people have been doing for the past 8 months. And to be honest, the top lines have not grown and things have really gotten bad. People are getting stressed out. So, as I said, we're launching a lot of new things. We're launching something called Vmail, which is video mail, first in the world. Basically, it's like email. You get the benefits of email where you're not, at the same time, both are not talking. It's what we call like synchronous communication. It's like telephone or video chat. You can send me an email, and when I'm free, I can respond to it. So the stress level comes down. So we do that in video. So you basically send talking video messages, which give you the benefit of a video conference where you can see me, the whole expression and all of that. But you don't have that urgency and that, full communication like video. It's more like email where I can, respond when I want. So
yeah, so we are eagerly all waiting. I think these are some products and solutions that will make a big difference. So guys, it is 7:31. Okay, so it's been an hour, and
I just want to make one point, if I may.
yeah, please.
This is to our man Jagat. We had this conversation. I had this an idea, which I called him immediately. Hey, you know what? We have anyways have a video platform in place. So why don't you introduce something which helps the founders like us who can monitor their employees' progress as they're working from home.
yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
It could be something as simple as video screen recording,
Yeah,
right?
that's coming up.
So
Yeah, that's
so
coming up.
see, even it might also help you have a differentiating factor for you. And as more and more companies, startups are encouraging working from home, this might be a good add-on for your product as well. I hope this helps.
Absolutely. That's coming up. In fact, our focus is all towards what we call video first remote work platform. That's the only way the future can be. I don't see it happening any other way. And I'm saying this very confidently. There cannot be anything apart from a video first remote work environment for everybody right now. And that's our focus. Video meetings, Zoom, I think Zoom is 2020. We're in December. It's done. So let's see 2021.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much. You guys have been very passionate as always. Lots of learnings and sharing. But the journey is long, and I think Jagat, Sunil, and Balaji, you have to tap. I was, look, guys, we keep talking about this, the innovation clusters. How do founders lead change? How do founders come together? And Balaji, you're not just talking about Karnataka, right? You want to tap the tier one or the rural economy in so many other sister states of, say, South India. I don't know if you are present there or you have plans there, if you have got partners in all these Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu and all. So you got to look at that. And Sunil, for you would love to, I'm sure, party capitals of other cities are Chennai, Hyderabad, Bombay, Bangalore. Of course, has got so
We're
much.
already all across India.
Yeah.
Our presence is already all across India. So we are there from Kerala to Delhi to Mumbai to
Correct.
Nasik to
Exactly. And you want another 1,000, 10,000 customers, and with Jagat it's millions. He talks only in millions, right, or crores or whichever it is. So I think you have a very long, challenging but very exciting roads ahead of you. From the ecosystem point of view, happy to support always. But I still say that the ownership and the ball is in the court of all you wonderful founders. Please come together, because that is the only missing link that we have in our ecosystem. Everything else is there. The innovation, the skill sets is all there. But founders not cooperating and supporting each other to a level that is 100x of this is what really is a missing bit. Openly, I'm saying this on record, and happy to facilitate more of this. All right. So, guys, it is 7:30.
One point before we part, this is to our Mr. Shastri, right? So I'm surprised he's still not ventured into any entrepreneurial journey, because the kind of passion what he brings in with whatever he does, right? I mean, there's so much to learn. He kind of rubs onto you. When you look at him, he's always busy, always trying to help people, always trying to bring people together, and respect, right? So he's always there. Not once he would say no, right? He's always make sure that your call is answered, or he always calls you back, no matter how busy he is, to check what exactly that we're trying to reach him for. Thanks a lot for being the way you are. And as I said, we learn more as we meet more and more people like you.
Definitely.
And we're happy to be a part of your network. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. But we should do more, guys. I mean, there are so many ecosystems that
Yes.
we have failed to tap. I mean, Balaji also knows this, right? I mean, if he wants to go to so many other places, Jagat, you want to bring in millions of customers for yourself from all over the world, and you want to. And I like what Jagat wants to do. He wants to help founders. That's why we're in the eighth episode of Startup Sunday, 28 episodes of League of Extraordinary Startups. Sunil, you have been part of it as well, right? But where are we missing things, man? See, everyone is busy. You see, I'm also under a lot of stress. Hi, Bangalore, we're doing this IoT matrix. Jagat knows how messed up I am in terms of 101. That's why today I had to go on mute a few times because my phone's ringing and I have to take those calls. But we should do more, guys. And of course, by the way, this is a warm welcome. Balaji's Jagat, everyone, please come over. Virtual booths are there. If you guys want a free booth, I repeat, Jagat, for you and Sunil and Balaji, free booth.
What did I hear?
Free booth.
Free. Oh, wow.
Free virtual booth. Okay, but you have to write to me.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
to write to me.
Done.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah.
Done.
Done. Okay, so three. This is my offer to you guys for.
Everything's happening on Startup Sunday. I love it. What else can we do? Some free food?
No, but we'll all catch up soon, man. We'll all catch up. But take care, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Jagat. Thanks, Jagat, especially for making all this thing happen, right?
Thanks.
And
Looking
trying to
forward.
build all the founders together. And count me in. If I can be a part of, your support system, I'll be more than happy to be a part of it. And feel free to reach out anytime.
Yeah.
Happy to
We
contribute.
got so much
Yeah,
today.
we need guys walk the talk. Add more founders to the founders
Yes.
speed WhatsApp group, okay? Because there are some
Sure.
phenomenal resources being shared. And Balaji, to let you know, see again, this will be led by the founder. I am not going to interfere on that, okay? You guys want to create your link, Google Sheets. You all want to do one-on-one conversations. It's all up to the founders. All right. But I'm giving this opportunity for you guys to add people, but bring in founders. We don't want salespeople over there to mess up things.
Correct.
Only I'm allowed to spam with all the events of Thai, but that's for the community, man. So that's allowed. But there's wonderful articles that we are sharing out there. And guys, it's not just IoT Matrix. Thai Global Summit also is coming up. I think Jagat, you have registered free. Okay, just register, attend the sessions, attend whatever networking, whatever you want. There are 20,000 delegates only. We have about a couple of thousand delegates who are coming in for IoT Matrix. So take advantage of these networks, but give back also. Okay, that's my only word. And 7:37. So I would not like to hold you guys back.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Jagat.
You all have an
Vijetha.
amazing week ahead. See you. Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, okay.
Bye bye. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Balaji.